Got the friendly bounce. Mike Budenholzer will take the timeout. Will advance the ball. 7 seconds remain.
What's up, guys? Hey, Dime, you suck, bitch. Hey, guys. Later. Anyway, just waiting for this Warriors game to end for you guys. 8 seconds left, and then we'll get right into the recap. So stay tuned. If you're watching, I got the timestamps. No, it's not on my record. I got it taken off. That could be better.
You know, that's the type of season that happened, but yet still this team continues to fight. They put themselves in a situation right now with a defensive play that they can close out this game. And you know the ball's going to be in the hand of either Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton.
I like that a little better.
Holiday either able to take the shot himself or get a shot for his teammates. Chris Middleton.
Hey, Dime, can you give me a hug? Boogie, baby, Boogie. We'll get into it in a second. All right, Sir Cartier, relax. Let's see this 8. How much does it come in? All right. DiVincenzo? Blocked by Wiggins! And that's the ball game! Oh, Warriors! All righty. There you go, blitz. All right, let's get into it. All righty. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dime Dropper, episode 71 of our 24-minute recaps. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on all platforms at YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast, Apple Podcasts. Leave a review if you'd like. Follow us on Spotify, and, of course, to follow us on all social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Dime Dropper Pod. So, ladies and gents, I unfortunately was doing some work today, so I didn't get to watch the Celtics game or the Laker game. I saw that the Celtics lost and the Lakers got the dub in Toronto with no Lowry and Van Vliet, but a great win for the shorthanded Lakers nonetheless. No comments on the Celtics game, just didn't see it, have not much to say about it. But let's get into the main event, the Clippers and the Blazers. Patrick Beverley back tonight. A huge sigh of relief, a huge positive for Clipper fans. The record speaks for itself. So far, over 500 with Beverley in the lineup. If you went back to 2018, we'd be far under 500. I think probably I think under 500 if you put the records together, if you added 2018 where you missed nearly the whole season. But, a much worse team, let's put it that way. So to have him back, even though he's on a minutes restriction, was nice. We also saw the debut of DeMarcus Cousins, and we'll get into that very soon. But let's start out with the way we started, and we started with the right energy on both ends of the floor, but especially offense. One thing I have to say is this Blazer defense was pathetic. They're not going to get anywhere playing defense like that because McCollum, Dame, you name it, even Norman Powell, who did a little better than most, they were getting blown by too easily at the top. And also coming off curls and screens. So Paul George was coming off a bunch of curls. He was getting the step, getting to the lane. I love the way Paul George started this game, getting to the basket. And then all of a sudden, he hit one, I think it was one mid-range, then a three, and then he was in his full duffel bag. Step back, between the legs, pull back, pulling up into top of the key threes, ISO City. He was having whatever he wanted, but mostly those plays off of curls with Paul George coming to get the ball. It sucks Cantor over to help and leaves Zubats underneath. He gave Zoo a couple of dimes, or at least one in that first quarter, and Kawhi did the same. Kawhi was aggressive to begin, and he got Zoo some easy buckets underneath. We were just all over them. We started out 9 for 9, and Patrick Beverley looked like he hadn't even missed a day. He came back and hit 2 threes, one of which was off a steal on Damian Lillard, and I think we need to start talking about the way we guarded Damian Lillard. This was the second time we played him this season, second time we've done an exceptional job on Dame. He just couldn't get anything tonight. We even picked him up full court when he didn't even have the ball to deny him. We denied him full court. We did many, kinds of sandwiches of a player cheating off of their man to just sandwich Dame and make it tough for him, because Dame is not a great off-ball player. He tries, but he's not a Curry, and he gets very discouraged at times when he does. So he wasn't getting much today. And then when he got the ball and tried to go pick and roll, we just hedged and recovered hard, and Zoo did a really good job of not getting beat sideline, not letting the corner get turned on him, and we were just on all our defensive principles with Dame. And our offense was great. I mean, we were flying, and then Rondo came in and really pushed the pace for us, and I'm already loving this guy. I mean, tonight was a very surreal moment to look out on the court and see DeMarcus Cousins and Rajon Rondo wearing Clipper uniforms. It was one thing seeing Kawhi and Paul last year, two players, stars that we've watched on other teams playing for my team, the Clippers. But Rondo and DeMarcus Cousins, I know they're older now, but it is very surreal. And it's awesome, man. I mean, blame it on a Boogie. Came in and a offensive rebound and bucket, and then a long two from the corner. I mean, just he gives us another option. Nobody on our team can score in the low post. We have mid-post guys and Terrence Mann, who I don't like the fact that that's the one thing I'll say about Ty Lue. We have so much talent and depth now. I honestly think we may be the most talented team in the league. We got 12 players that are all rotation players. You know what I'm saying? And he's got to make decisions. Kennard is good. We've seen what he's capable of. Terrence, you can't take him out of the lineup. In my opinion, as I said, Reggie needs to be sacrificed, and our defense is a lot worse with Reggie. I thought that we got really stagnant in Kawhi. Just in the second quarter, I think we were up 62-36. We were killing these guys because it was just rolling on all cylinders. But there were moments in the late second quarter where Kawhi was getting in the mid-post, and, you're going to have guys loading up on you. But I think sometimes these players should be a little patient and try to bait the help man into staying and camping in the lane so then the 3-second count starts. I think sometimes they kind of when he cheats, but let him play that with that 3 seconds. A guy will cut from the weak side or stay right outside the lane, gives you room to make your move. But that's one thing sometimes that Kawhi, when he's not hitting that mid-range, and there was a stretch of tonight where he was not hitting it, and the Blazers got back in the game. A lot of it's because we just kept shooting threes because we started out really well. I mean, Paul George had like 19 in the first, or no, he had 20 in the first, I believe. 20 points in the first quarter. I mean, he was just unbelievable. And a lot of it was just coming off curls and attacking. Like, just get the ball, turn the corner, and go. And I love when he's doing that. And P has really made an effort to try to go to the rim lately. And that opens up a lot of things. And I thought that Kawhi and him did a good job distributing. I thought Batum was decent when he came in as well. But yeah, Boogie, he only played 8 minutes, but he had 7 points on 3 of 4. Rondo, he communicates so much on defense, so much. And, I just know in the playoffs, he's going to IQ, you don't need missed shots and the basketball gods for IQ. That's all up here. So Rondo's going to be fine. And I just like the way he quickly moves the ball, pushes the pace, something we haven't done enough this season with this team in general, not push the pace enough. But as the game went on, Reggie Jackson started making his open shots. I mean, the dude has so much confidence for how good he is. He gets his shots. He keeps on shooting. And he had 23 points on 8 of 12 on the field and 4 of 6 on 3. He was plus 25. It was a good performance. Patrick Patterson, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to repeat. I don't really like the guy that much. I'd rather have Boogie play. But he played pretty decent tonight. 5 points, 2 of 5. Good solid defense. I thought Paul George had good active hands. Kawhi's defense was solid, even though he didn't guard Dame or the best players too much, but he did rebound. And that was the one thing. You got to keep Cantor off the glass, and we did a good job of that. Kawhi, 29 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. But my player of the game tonight was Paul George. He was just so smooth, got going early, played good defense, and kept attacking. 8 of 8 from the line, 6 of 9 from 3. That's 66%. Unbelievable. 11 of 18 from the field, and 36 points. I thought that we did a great job responding to the run that the Blazers made at the end of the half, and that was because our defense was just sharp on Damian Lillard. We had an anybody but Dame mentality, and I got to give Reggie Jackson some credit. He was even able to play good off-ball defense on Dame. We were chasing him off every screen, making sure he didn't get a second or a sliver of space. And Damian Lillard finished tonight 2 of 14. Oh, my Lord. 11 points. Absolute jail cell. I mean, they used to be called the Jail Blazers, right? So Damian Lillard was shut down tonight. You got to give credit to everybody on the team, to the coaching staff, Ty Lue, Dan Craig, all of them for the game plan, picking him up, full court denial, and then just anyone but Dame. You know what I'm saying? Coming off screens. If you need to cheat a little bit off to help. You know what I'm saying? And we did that. Everybody did. And you take Dame Lillard, and that's the thing about this Blazers team. And that's why I think Dame is definitely a top 10 player, but I'd rather have guys that can be more effective without the ball and when on the other end of the floor. Because when you do that with Dame, he becomes ineffective. And that's the reason why the Blazers, alongside their poor perimeter defense, their poor interior defense, I mean, we made a clear effort in the beginning of the game, attack the paint, because Kanter's not going to be able to cover that much ground. He's going to either commit and contest and leave Zubac alone under the basket, or he's going to try to come out. And Paul George a couple times, he turned the corner on Kanter. He had some beautiful highlights tonight, Paul George. I thought he was just great. And overall, we're so deep, man. It's crazy. It's just going to be a challenge for our Ty to figure out what his rotation is going to be. But I think there'll be a lot of, like as Vogel did with the Lakers, situational kind of things where sometimes we're going to need a post guy, we put Boogie in. Sometimes we need to go small, we put Terrence in. I just think that Reggie could be problematic come playoff time because sometimes he just doesn't know when to quit it. And he can be not great on the defensive end. But, man, I also wanted to say this before I end the podcast version of it and go to the live. So, great one for the Clips. CJ McCollum, we also did a decent job on, but he still got his 24 points on 9 of 15 from the field. Melo was shut down, but a lot of the shots that Melo missed are just shots Melo missed. Some of the things that he does, you cannot do anything about it. So we were lucky that he just missed tonight. I'll give Senior credit and various guys that guarded him, but he's going to hit those shots. He had 8 points on 2 of 10 from the field. The Clippers win it 133-116 at the Staples Center. That's 2 wins in a row coming off the Laker victory, 2 blowouts in a row, which I love. And the Blazers now dropped to 30-20. Clippers 34-18, starting to find stride, starting to get healthy. We have 12 players that are legitimate players that have a case to be playing in this rotation. Beverly, Paul, Kawhi, Senior, Zoo, Kennard, Reggie, Rondo, Terrence, Ibaka, Boogie, and Batum. 12 players. It's a good problem to have. But at the same time, it's like we're going to have to simplify it soon. But I will say this. I've been very critical over the last year or since I've made this show about how I don't really love this Clipper team. Like, I love my Clippers, but this particular team, I just don't love them because last year they were very flip the switch, as you heard tonight in commentary by Lawrence Frank, who came on for a bit. Very lackadaisical effort, no connection and mention of the fans, inconsistent defensive effort, and diva stars, and a coach I disliked, and no fans to, connect with them at the games. But I have to say, and because of the 3-1, you know what I'm saying? So, they didn't earn any of my love. You don't just earn it the second you put on the uniform. That's not how it works. Not when you have expectations that they did and talk the shit that they did. But, we all lost last year. The players, the fans, the coaches. So, I do feel bad for Kawhi Leonard to an extent. I mean, he came to the Clippers. That was his choice. And I said it was going to the Clippers as a free agent, and you choose that, just historically speaking, is suicidal. And Kawhi has felt every single consequence of being a Clipper in 1 year that he's been with us. And I know he doesn't probably care that much, but I know it hurt last year losing and all the scrutiny he faced. He's been getting criticized and grilled like crazy since that, and rightfully so. Paul George has just been destroyed. And a part of me, I told you I don't like Paul George like that. But, I'm starting to feel sympathy for the guy because he not only loves the Clippers and wants to be here, but people are just so harsh to him. Like, I thought I was harsh to him, but man, some people are just cruel, waiting for the every moment that he screws up. And the other pieces we got, Nick, Kennard, Terrence, who I've known about for a long time, Serge, and now a player that's been a fan of mine since I was a 10-year-old, 9-year-old kid, and Rondo, and now bringing Boogie to the fold, and a coach that I like. And, we went through that together. I'm starting to like this team, man. I'm starting to like this team a lot. I just hope that they don't let me down again. I just really do because, Paul and Kawhi, I loved when we got Kawhi. Didn't care for when we got Paul. I was just kind of at it. Just happy he came with Kawhi. But with all the scrutiny we face, man, we're in it together. I'm excited to go to the games and support. I'm going to try to see what we can do for that first game. But that first playoff game, my ass is going to be there. You're going to get a vlog for the Dime Dropper. We're going to do vlogs when I go to these games. No questions asked. Wherever it is, whatever in the world, I will make sure to make a video about it because why not share my experiences with you guys? But Clippers, man, we got to do this. Push for that highest as we can go. One game at a time. The schedule's going to get tough. We got Philly coming to town, so it will not be easy. Or are we going there? I don't know. Anyway, that's it for tonight, guys. I'm going to go to the live for 8 minutes. Peace. What's up, y'all? Good attendance for a Clipper victory tonight. 67 of you. Hey, what's up? H4H deserves minutes. How do you know about me? Hey, Kanye Blades. It wasn't just one bad game. If you watched game 6 of the second half last year and you thought that was good enough play, then your standards are low and you don't then you really think that Kawhi should be in a category less. Because if he's a top 10 player and he was better than Jokic, he closes that out. He didn't. He still is, but he did not do it. He did not come through in game 6, second half when I needed it. When all of us needed it. I don't care about this. You guys can keep hyping up this Clipper-Laker bullshit that you've been hyping up for 36 years. I'm focusing on the next game. We don't care about the Lakers over here. We want to win, go to the conference finals. If that comes through the Lakers, comes through the Lakers. If it doesn't, they can go do whatever they want to do. We in it for us. Dime, who's a better defender, Steph Curry or James Harden? I think that's a close one, but I think Curry because he's more of a willing defender. Harden because he's strong. When he tries, I'd say he's better. But Curry is more intelligent, and he's more consistent with the effort on that end, in my opinion. I think it's a good argument, though. But neither of them are great. I hate the Clippers. Clippers are beating Lakers this time. What was last time? Did we ever play? Yeah, Kawhi was horrible in game 2 against Denver, but I didn't want to be too cruel. But good memory, Raid. Virgin. What are your thoughts on the Clippers losing to the Lakers in the first round? I mean, it would be awful, obviously. Losing to the Lakers would be oh my God. It would be a nightmare. Let's put it that way. It would be a nightmare, okay? It'd be as bad as last year. Maybe worse. No, probably as bad. Probably as bad. Maybe not as bad. Who knows, but whatever. I don't like to do the hypotheticals. Why don't we play each other for the first time in 37 fucking years? You guys are hyping up a matchup that doesn't exist. Facts. Who was that? Wilson Santos about Ibaka getting healthy and stuff. Oh, you're CJ McCollum. H deserves minutes. All right. We haven't even had Dime Dropper for a year, but I feel you. Oh, we got Phoenix next. Ooh, we need that one. We need that one. This can be a big. I think they're coming here because we played them in Valley of the Sun last time. We got to beat them. Gain ground on them. Get that second seed. I want to go to Game 7 at Staples Center here in the second round. I don't want to go to Game 6. I don't want to watch Phoenix Suns Game 7 in the Arizona. Hell no. We got to put every single thing in our favor for that second round. We need that Game 7 second round. I honestly think Denver looks the best right now, Andrew M. says. Since my Raptors are out, I'm cheering for them because of Jamal. And I also like the way Jokic plays. What's up with the Raptors, man? Are you guys just full tank squad? Yeah, Seth, I agree with you. If the NBA standings were the same, I'd love it, but I wouldn't love that we have the 3 seed for the Phoenix Suns. All right, Sir Cartier, bro. No one's laughing at your jokes about Kawhi, dude. We don't care about the Clippers either. LOL. Lakers. Okay, bro. Why do you sound so insecure? You keep talking about it. We're not talking about you. You come in with your purple and gold hearts. I didn't even watch the Laker game tonight. Clippers are focusing on what's in front of them. They have been doing that. Who is more impactful? Smart or Draymond? Draymond. Just because he's a little more interior and he can go to the outside, but rotations and everything, he's big. Bigger impact, Harden or PG in the regular season and the playoffs? Harden for sure. Harden for sure. I have my criticisms of Harden, but at least he's got the mentality part that PG doesn't always have. I'm Laker Daryl. Get out of here, Intel Wild. Raptors ain't doing shit, so I want some good matchups. We go to the Western Conference Finals for sure. Nuggets looking really scary with AG though. Might be who's we, Benjamin? Because if you're talking about the Clippers, don't ever say the Clippers are going to the Western Conference Finals for sure. Never say that because it's never gonna never say it. Just don't. Thoughts on Ben McLemore? Good. Finally, a real question. I think it's a very good pickup actually because he's a very good shooter. He's shown the last couple years he's really improved. And I think that gives the Lakers something that they've lacked, which inconsistent shooters. So KCP, this is for him to ratchet it up. If he doesn't play well enough, he's going to get dropped from the rotation. But it's a good move. Dime, would you hug me? Sure. Wow, Ruben Calvo. I really feel like Kawhi is going to pull a Raptors and have a legendary playoff and win a championship. The team is coming together, but Kawhi is still the man that can lead him to a chip. I feel you, Ruben. I hope you're right, man. That would be, one of the greatest moments of my life, if not the greatest. Clippers look like they're rolling right now. It will suck for who's not going to be in the playoff rotation. I agree, Edgar O, but, I think that sometimes we're going to just situational. Boogie with 7-4. Yeah, I love Boogie tonight, Xavier. Dime. I still think the Clippers have some issues to solve. There was a stretch where the shot selection was extremely poor, especially by my guy, Kawhi. I agree with you, Claudio, and I think Kawhi needs to stay aggressive. I think that we need to try to bait the 3-second violation and just keep moving the ball. Honestly, when we move the ball tonight, we got great looks all around. They couldn't do anything about us. Keep the ball moving and keep moving without the ball. Simple as that. Any team, same shit. But we have the personnel to really make it effective. They have no chance, Danny G. Don't tell me a team with LeBron and Anthony Davis has no chance because that's BS. Dime, now that you've watched Bill Russell in the 60s, first of all, I haven't finished. What's your opinion on him versus the greats of our generation? Is Russell better than them? Yes, he is. Because I'll tell you why. If you want to look at it from an eye test, fanciness, skill perspective in this, then no. If you think that the best player has to be the best scorer, then no. But if you want a guy that's going to rally the troops, that's going to do everything else at a high level but score, pass, rebound, defend, move without the ball. More importantly, a guy that's willing to go above and beyond to win, and a guy that psychologically is going to play the mental game better than anyone, whether it be his opponents or whether it be his players. And because he's not the offensive star and superstar in terms of scoring that Jordan and Kobe and all LeBron is, that makes the Celtics so unpredictable because anybody can hit that last shot. Usually Sam Jones, but anybody can go to you. And the ball's always moving. And the defense is the one anchor. The offense is very, everybody gets involved. But he is the one constant. And the problem is he doesn't have a blemish. So even if you take all that stuff I just said aside, he has no blemish. He's never lost as the higher seed, except for when he was injured in the finals in 58. I mean, and then he was the player coach. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. So that's just my opinion. Not everybody has to agree, but you asked me the question, I answered. Yeah, I disagree with Luke Kennard, no minutes. I'm almost done with Russell's book, by the way, though, Raid, to answer your question about that. Thank you, H4 deserves minutes. I agree. I appreciate a lot of good content comment. I agree with Mazza. I don't want the vlogs. They would suck. You don't want me to take videos at the games? What kind of fans of me would not want to see the videos of me at the games and actually taking videos of the games on them? How many viral moments can we get with that? First of all, I don't care what you or Mazza say. You're cocksuckers that come to my life to talk shit, even though you literally care enough to hop in my lives anyway. So you guys really got no lives. That's really the truth. No lives in the literal sense and no lives in the plural sense of life. So there you go. Oh, wait, Biggie fan. Yeah, thank you, Seth. Dime, you cool and know your stuff. As much as I hate to admit it. Why should you hate to admit it, bro? What did the Clippers do to you? What did Clipper fans do to you? We're basketball fans. Thank you, J Love. Is Patrick Ewing a top 5 center? No, he's not. But he's a fantastic player. And I'd say he's a top 10 center. PG-13's haters are quiet right now. Great performance from PG-13 and the Clippers. Yes, I agree. Is Steve Kerr a shit coach? No. Casuals think Steve Kerr is a shit coach, bro. Steve Kerr is a good coach. Is he perfect? No. Who is? He's not a shit coach. Yeah, that's true, Intel Wild. I do appreciate the donations, buddy. I do appreciate the donations. Toronto got hit with a lot of COVID positives. Better big okay, first of all, any big three, doesn't matter if it's me in the third, LeBron and Stephen Curry, no. That's way OP. The best off-ball player in the league and the best on-ball player in the league. No. Stop asking for a virtual hug, Sir Cartier. What's up with the Raptors? We started 2-8 playing the worst basketball I thought I ever seen. We made it to 17-17, fourth in the East, then we get killed by COVID. Lost 7 straight. So you just told me what's the problem. What's up with your Raptors? You know the Raptors better than me. I've only watched like 5 Raptors games this season, man. So you got killed by coronavirus. That's why you've lost, I feel. And you obviously lost the centers. Yes, I agree, Wilson Santos. Give Patterson and Reggie's minutes to Terrence and Kennard. Yes, I can't wait to see the squad fully healthy. Cat? What about Cat? What do you think about the Nuggets this time? Clippers, Nuggets in West Final? Bro, we need to get to the West Final. But the Nuggets are dangerous because of the Aaron Gordon. Who would win in a 1v1? You or Bev? Definitely Bev, bro. He's in the league. I'm pretty sure Adam Silver. Dime, you know your basketball. Thank you, Sir Cartier. If Clippers win, is Kawhi your favorite player? Oh, no question. 100%. 100%. The top spot of my favorite player ever is right up for grabs. If he gets into the conference finals, he may be my favorite player. I just need that. I mean, here's the thing. When I'm at the playoff game seeing them, that's a different connection. Like that's you really play for my team now because I'm at the freaking games in the playoffs. Like those are the memories you don't forget as a fan. That's why I love Chris and Blake so much. Kawhi second MVP? I don't know. What about Jokic and Giannis? Dime versus Terrence. Terrence would kick my ass. Lakers are 4-5 without AD and LeBron. I'd say that's decent. I think so too. Kobe is forever. Why Kennard didn't play? Rondo, Reggie, he got sacrificed his minutes. Ty Lue didn't play him enough. I agree that Nick Batum is a great player, Sir Cartier. Oh, Lowry has a toe infection, huh? FVV shooting 39% of the field for the season? Pascal has no confidence. Yep, Claudio Ferri hit it on the nail on the head. Ball movement and fighting over screens. That's it. Facts, Wilson Santos. Same thing with the Clippers. We need to stop settling from 3 and start driving or getting in the mid-range when we have scoring droughts. What are your thoughts about Stephen A. and Stephen A. Smith or Skip Bayless? I think Skip knows history to an extent, but I think that he loses credibility because he's constant LeBron hating for tonight. And then Stephen A. was my favorite actual talking head. And then this year he's become very sellout, very casual. He's gotten more shows and more money. So he probably has less time on his hands to actually watch the games. And it's just a very narrative-based league. And it's all narratives. And it's just narrative. And just figureheads. Of course it is, Xavier. Of course it is. This team is much more potent than last year. Yeah, Action Jackson did well. I agree. The Lake show about Bill Russell and his defensive win shares. Looking forward to your meltdown when my Nuggets beat your Clippers in 4-5. Hey, who said we're going to get the 4 seed, bro? 1-3-2. Y'all playing the Lakers, Kiropi. We'll stay away from you till round 2 of the conference finals. We'll see y'all again. I want to fucking beat the Nuggets, man. I have nothing against them, but I just need that revenge. Baylor versus Gonzaga. I thought it was insane by Baylor. One game. It's so hard to go undefeated in sports. What's going on with Brad Stevens, though? Aren't the Celtics on a losing streak? No, they just won 2 games in a row and lost tonight. Again, I've had okay. Mazza, you're done. Permanently done with you. Yeah, I have too many videos on the Celtics, Roman. You can check them out. All in the recaps. I have the folder. Go to my channel, go to playlist. Recaps are there. Timestamps are there. OG's our most important player who's been out most of the year. Our defense has gone from 2nd to 28th. Jesus. Nick Nurse has been a terrible coach. We can't guard for our life, and Baines is the worst starter. What's Nick Nurse supposed to do better? What do you think Kawhi goes next year? LA, bro. He just bought a house in Lades. What's wrong with you guys? The more Clipper content, the better. He's staying no matter what, just like Curry. Damn, that's a really interesting point, man. Which our generation was allowed to miss the game back then? Unfortunately, the context we'll never have about the game back then. That's facts, right? I agree. To be honest, though, I don't wish I was born in the 50s and 60s. I would rather have been born in like the 70s, so I was alive for the 80s and 90s. That would be my preference, just because, I don't know, that's a little too old for me. In terms of skill, Curry is greater than Magic. I don't even know. That's also debatable again. Skill to the Gen Z bots, for sure. But I've never seen Curry hit hook shots. And Curry doesn't have the passing skill even close to his Magic. Fool be throwing shit out of bounds. And the off-the-ball skill. Actually, no, he does have the off-the-ball skill. Curry's great off the ball. Great players, though. But Magic was a transcendent talent. So was Curry. Magic, though, from the beginning of his career, Curry developed into it. And, yeah, Magic's 6'9". 6'9", can do it all. And played bigger when counted. I'm not on Patreon. I'm actually a patron for someone. Yep, Clipper game live at Staples. I'll be there, man. If AD and Drummond play against the Heat on Thursday, do have a good chance of winning. Of course. I think they have a chance of winning even without Andre and them because it's, what's it called? You know what I mean? Like, it's just one game. Oh, so Ty Baller, you're a Raptors fan too? Free cat? Oh, my goodness. He re-signed there. I'm not answering the Curry to the Lakers question. Is Kyrie the closest thing to Kobe? No, I don't think anyone's close to Kobe, but I think Devin Booker playing style-wise is the closest. I appreciate that, H4. I want to see the Clippers win so they can shut trolls up. I think addition to Boogie, I already went over it. Check the beginning of the live. I'm happy about it. Low post threat. We didn't have that. Terrence coming on the pod. Seth, it would have to be in the offseason where we try that. I played point guard back in the day, Matthew II. And it's not back in the day. I still will play point guard anytime I play basketball. But I've been more learned to mature and grow up and play off the ball. And I used to never want to play off. I used to only want to play point as a kid. But you have to learn to mature and grow and expand yourself. That's something you can't be stubborn in basketball. You got to learn that. That comes with experience. That comes with maturity. Jokic is greater than me. I saw Nick Batum again. I was playing b-ball and saw him driving home. That's dope. Blitz, I don't know. I can't predict the future about Drummond and how his game will go. No, Sir Cartier, he's not capping. He sent me a picture of him and Batum. Thoughts on Paul Pierce? Hilarious. And actually, it's good because people were starting to just see Paul Pierce, the analyst, and just disrespect him all the time and forget how nice he actually was. Especially the LeBron fanboys because he speaks the truth about LeBron. Dime, what's your thoughts on Prime T-Mac and where he ranks with the best scorers? I didn't get to see as much of Prime T-Mac as you'd think. I think he was awesome. I can't tell you where he ranks in the best scorers. Probably top 10. Not top 5, but top 10. How the hell would Lakers keep Andre, Kareem, Jabbar, and St. Curry? Nobody's checking my criminal record, J-Love. I did see ESPN top 10 players under 25. We're not even going to comment on it. I appreciate you, Ruben Calvo. Of course I'd do a collab with Laker channels. Of course I would. I would do a collab with any channels of diehard fans because I'm a diehard fan. We have that in common, and I love that. Yeah, it is funny seeing Clippers. But Dime, if you were born in the 60s, you would still be alive. I know, but I would die sooner, right? So I kind of like, I would have rather been, I'd be a little too old for my liking. Too old head for me. I didn't want to be then. More annoying to you, LeBron or KD? Definitely LeBron. KD's moves in terms of the league have been more annoying for sure. But LeBron, I don't have any problems with Kevin Durant on the court. He plays the right way, he conducts himself the right way. I actually think he's a much more appreciative of the history of the game than LeBron. And he has a very high understanding of it. LeBron just says he's appreciative of the history of the game. And he goes out and calls himself the GOAT and says that, he had the 2 toughest title runs and, all this stuff. But Kevin Durant, he shows, people try to say he's a better scorer than Jordan, and he's like, chill. Like, he even says chill. So I respect that about Kevin. But in terms of what he's done to the league, like in terms of the moves they make, Kevin is more annoying for sure. Kevin's sensitive, man. LeBron, at least he acts like a superstar athlete. Kevin acts like a little kid sometimes. I'll say this, Dime. Clippers on the clock. Don't estimate Riles and then potentially turning Kawhi to Miami. I feel you. Of course. What kind of question is that? Would you prefer Kawhi and LeBron instead of Paul George and Kawhi? Of course. What kind of question is that? People overrate the 90s. Again, that's true. But it's you guys are even worse because you didn't watch the 90s and you act like you want to speak on it. William Nayu, you're a 15-year-old. You just turned 15, bro. So, I feel the 90s heads because they only do it in retaliation when people try to prop up this era. But there is some insecurity about the 90s. I agree. The 80s players don't have that. I don't have that. I just don't like the Gen Z bots like yourself saying stuff like that and talking trash about Magic Johnson without even watching him play. Anyway. I already answered the Ben McLemore question. Good addition. Yes, Kobe. No, Kobe, not even just in the 2K game. It's on First Take. He said Kawhi is his player that he relates himself with. Paul Pierce was dope. No, Raid, he didn't. He actually had him outside the top 5 until he was guilted by ESPN to put him in the top 2. Because let me ask you this. How does Paul Pierce's criteria change? Because Paul Pierce said, and it's in my Is the NBA Getting Better? You saw it. I mentioned this. That his criteria was the players that started the foundation or continued the tradition. And he had 5 guys listed there. And he thinks that's more impressive. And he had him outside the top 5. And you laugh at him. You know what ESPN does when somebody puts LeBron outside of the top 2 or top 5? They go crazy and do a segment on it to further train your minds, you sheep, into thinking that he has to be, or else you don't know about basketball. Paul Pierce, quite frankly, knows more about basketball than all 59 of us, including me, in the history of ball. He's been alive for about as longer. Does that mean he's more in touch with the modern game and a better modern analyst than me? Probably not. But he knows more about basketball and his history than me. So he can have his opinion. And that doesn't make sense because his criteria would have never changed. But they guilted him, and he's like, all right, don't hate on me anymore. All of a sudden, he's better than Magic Johnson, even though he has less rings. Bullshit. I don't believe him for a second that he's being genuine at all. I just don't believe he was being genuine. I think ESPN tries their tactics that they always do. I've seen it happen. All right, Ty Baller, peace. Boogie, Morris, Kawhi, Kennard, George. I like it. The Lakers could beat us on Thursday if we play the same defense we played tonight. Yeah, I feel you. I didn't see the Heat game, but I hope we play better. My favorite all-time NFL player, Aaron Donald, Reggie Bush maybe, just because he went to USC and he was my guy, but Todd Gurley maybe. Wow, Ruben, interesting take about Mike Conley and John Morant. William, you told me. I saw your comments. I turned 15 today, buddy. Come on. Andrew M., you end the conversation when they say, look at the stats. 90s were great, not just solid. I love that era. Will you take 90, 86 Bird? I haven't seen enough of him, so I can't say. Based on your prediction, probably Bird. Probably Bird because he's more all-around than Kobe, and he has a dog in him, and he's a better shooter with a smarter shot selection. But we'll see. Kobe's a better defender. I don't know. Greatest dunker ever? Let's go Vince Carter. Can't answer that for sure. Dr. J. All right. I mean, I'd have to ask. I would like to hear Paul Pierce revisit that now that he's not on ESPN and see what he actually has to think. If he thinks that, cool. I genuinely do not believe that he thinks that he's better than Kobe. I think that he thinks that he had a better career. I genuinely think from Pierce playing them both that he thinks Kobe is better because Kobe wanted to fucking take your head off. I guarantee Pierce respects that. I promise you. I could be wrong, but I guarantee if we asked him outside of ESPN, that he would tell the truth. I know he's going to because it's bullshit. I don't believe him for 5 seconds when he said that. But he did it to shut Rachel Nichols up. I think you guys need to see past these things. I mean, Lake Show, I think you can make an argument LeBron's ahead of Kareem, Magic, or Russell. I just don't think that I think you can make the argument. I just think that too many kids think there's no argument, and I like the other side. The truth. Burying Al Harrington? Yes, sir. Don't you think Paul Pierce just puts LeBron out as no, not for here's my thing. For personal reasons, this is my problem with you guys. The top 5 is subjective. It's a personal list. So Paul Pierce, of course, it's personal. And here's the thing. If you think it's because he doesn't like him, here's the thing. I don't think it's because of that. I think he doesn't like him, but I don't think it's because he doesn't like him, so he's going to pull him. I know Kendrick Perkins said that, but I don't think it's because he wants to just say it to despite him. I think he genuinely thinks that he's overrated by the media like a lot of other people, and he doesn't want to say it because he doesn't want to seem like a hater. I guarantee you that's what it is. Because I saw Paul Pierce in his prime do a good job on LeBron, yet LeBron was not in his prime yet too. I'll say that. We never got to see their primes align. And LeBron's a way better player than him, but like I genuinely believe the way Paul Pierce sees things. I mean, bro, he grew up with Magic in Inglewood, so like and Bird. So I think you have a very tough time like going against that. But anyway. Oh, Pierce was awful with the Clippers. He was so washed, bro. Yeah, Jonah, you're right. I think Aaron Donald is a beast. I don't know enough about football history. I can't answer that question. I don't know about Magic. Don't say I don't know about Magic. Oh, I feel you. He said for sure. So okay, I feel. But if you think the argument for Magic Johnson doesn't exist over him, then you're actually fucking clueless. Like you're actually clueless. Anyway. All right, I'm out for the night, guys. I was on here for a while. This is my first time seeing your channel. Do I post every day? I go live most nights. After every Clipper and Laker home game, I do. Ooh, good question. Rick Barry or Elgin Baylor? I have to go with Rick Barry. Rick Barry in 75, bro. Woo. Magic and Kobe's another good one. But that Rick Barry in 75 and Rick Barry to lead the Warriors to the finals in his second year, that's crazy talk. If Rick Barry played with Jerry West, bro, I think they would have won. And I love Elgin Baylor. Rest in peace. But Rick Barry is super underrated. Kobe has a lot of Rick Barry in him. What fan are you of, NWBMO? Paul Pierce has been saying Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James. He said LeBron James is going to put him in the top 5 or top 10. Anyway, whatever. Havlicek is greater than KD. Prove me wrong. Much better. I don't have to prove you wrong because I agree. Anyway, peace. Gably, I do believe that Magic is genuine about LeBron. I think Magic likes LeBron a lot because he's not a lot like him, but he's like him in the sense that he's a tall point forward player that rebounds, scores, and dimes. You know? So I think he likes that about him. I don't know what Magic's top 5 is. I'd actually love to hear it not on ESPN though. Like I want to hear him say it like no media, like just on a podcast or something. Because Kareem, I have a hard time believing he thinks LeBron's better than Kareem because he played with him. But I guarantee you he probably has LeBron in his top 5. I wonder if he has LeBron over Kobe. That would have to ask Magic. He would just take himself out and put Magic. Like this fool's too humble. But anyway, that's it for me tonight. Peace.
Boogie.